Otto Rehhagel is a German football coach and former football player. Along with Helmut Schön, N, Ottmar Hitzfeld, Udo Lattek and Hennes Weisweiler, he is considered one of the most successful German managers. Rehhagel is the only one of two persons, the other one being Jupp Heynckes, who, as player and as manager combined, has participated in over 1,000 Bundesliga matches. In the Bundesliga, he holds the records for the most victories, most draws, most losses, and his teams have scored the most goals and conceded more than any other. Internationally, Rehhagel coached the Greece national team from 2001 to 2010 in what has been the nation's most successful footballing era Euro. During that period, the Greek team won the 2004 European Championship and qualified for the 2010 World Cup, their second ever World Cup finals participation. Playing career: Rehhagel began his playing career with local club TuS Helmut-Essen in 1948 before moving to Rot-Weiss Essen, after the start of the Bundesliga for Hertha BSC, and until 1972 for Kaiserslautern. He played 201 games in the Bundesliga. As a player, Rehhagel was known as a tough-as-nails defender. Managerial career: early years: in 1974, he took charge of kickers Offenbach, but failed to make an immediate impact as a manager. Most famously, while in charge of Borussia Dortmund in 1978, he suffered a historic, record-setting 12-0 loss to Borussia Mönchengladbach, after which the tabloids called him Otto Rehhagel. In 1980, Rehhagel won his first trophy as a manager, when his Fortuna Düsseldorf side won the German Cup. Werder Bremen: Rehhagel managed Werder Bremen from 1981 to 1995. During these 14 golden years for the club, Rehhagel transformed Werder from a small minnow into a powerhouse, dazzling spectators with powerful up-tempo play and a smothering defense. During this spell, Werder Bremen established themselves as one of the main teams in the Bundesliga, overtaking hated rivals Hamburg as the top club in the north and sparking an intense feud with Bayern Munich. In the mid-80s, Rehhagel often fell just short of success and had a string of second places and cup final losses. In that time, his nickname was Otto the Admiral. After this unfortunate period, Rehhagel led Werder Bremen to two German championships in 1988 and 1993, two DFB Pokal victories in 1991 and 1994, as well as winning the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1992. In this period, Rehhagel produced a host of international stars, such as Rudi Völler, Karl-Heinz Riedel, Dieter Eilts, Marco Bode, Mario Bala, Heini Ramsey, Andreas Herzog and Rune Bratzeth. Rehhagel's Werder Bremen team of 1987 88 was until recently the squad which conceded the fewest goals ever in the Bundesliga. This record was surpassed by Bayern Munich in the 2007 08 season with 21 goals. His stint with Werder Bremen is the second longest consecutive occupation as a manager ever in the Bundesliga. It was only recently surpassed by Volker Fink of Freiburg. Bayern Munich: after 14 golden years at Werder Bremen, Rehhagel left to manage former hated rivals, Bayern Munich, before the start of the 1995 96 season. Prior to Rehhagel's arrival, Bayern had a disappointing, but financially lucrative season in 1994 95. In the summer of 1995, Bayern spent a lot of money, buying J1 Gen Klinsmann, Andreas Herzog, and others, and Rehhagel was brought in as manager to replace Giovanni Trapattoni. It was widely expected that Munich would steamroll the opposition in 1995 96, but from day one, Rehhagel clashed with the team and the team environment. His single-minded and occasionally eccentric ways did not mesh at all with Bayern, who quickly felt that Rehhagel was too rural at heart and had no clue about how to interact in the fancy environment of Munich. Moreover, Rehhagel's old-school tactics and patronizing of the Bayern players caused major antipathy in the Bayern team, especially from Klinsmann, who never missed an opportunity to take shots at Rehhagel. Despite Rehhagel getting Bayern to the UEFA Cup final, Bayern's results in the Bundesliga dropped alarmingly in the second half of the season, and Rehhagel was famously sacked just 4 days before they were due to play in the first leg of the 1996 UEFA Cup final. Rehhagel's job was taken over by Franz Beckenbauer, who led the team to victory in the 1996 UEFA Cup final, and oversaw an upturn in form in the last couple of weeks in the Bundesliga, but Bayern finished second, as Borussia Dortmund won their second German championship in a row. 1. FC Kaiserslautern. After being sacked by Bayern Munich, Rehhagel took over as manager of Kaiserslautern in 1996, after a season where the club had won the DFB Pokal but had also been relegated from the top flight following a catastrophic season in the Bundesliga. Rehhagel injected new energy into the team, which saw Kaiserslautern comfortably getting back into the top flight in 1997, winning the second division by 10 points. Prior to the start of the 1997 Euro 98 season, Kaiserslautern was seen as dark horses for a place in the UEFA Cup, but Rehhagel's team simply steamrolled the Bundesliga opposition all season. With sparkling offense and sheer never-ending energy, Kaiserslautern won a sensational German championship in 1998, the first and so far only German championship triumph by a team that had just been promoted the previous season. Rehhagel coached Kaiserslautern to some less spectacular, but very decent results over the next year, such as leading the team to the quarter-finals of the 1998 Euro 99 UEFA Champions League, but then big internal conflicts within the club, rose with some players, and a massive smear campaign, caused him to resign his position in 2000. Greece national team. In August 2001, following Vasilis Stanail's departure, Rehhagel was appointed as the new manager of the Greece national team, ahead of other candidates, such as Marco Tardelli, Vio Scala, Javier Clement, and Terry Venables, who were also being considered for the managerial post. Rehhagel's first match in charge was in October 2001, a 2002 World Cup qualifier against Finland, which ended in a 5-1 away defeat. As a result, he rebuilt the squad, and in October 2003, after a 1-0 win over Northern Ireland, Greece qualified automatically for Euro 2004, ahead of Spain and Ukraine. Ranked 101 outsiders, they nevertheless defeated host nation Portugal, holders France and the much more fancied Czech Republic on the way to the final, where they again defeated Portugal 1-0. Rehhagel, who was seen as the man most responsible for the team's success, became the first foreign manager ever to win a European championship. Despite not having a star-studded lineup, the Greek team won the championship, conceding no goals in the knockout stage. Rehhagel adopted a defensive approach in playing his Greek side, using energetic midfielders to wear down the opponents and the policy of defending in numbers to numb the opposition's attacks. When charged with boring play, he said, "No one should forget that a coach adapts the tactics to the characteristics of the available players." Interestingly, his time at Werder Bremen is remembered for the flashy and spectacular attacking football the team favored. After Rudi Lehr resigned as Germany coach in the wake of that country's first-round exit in Euro 2004, Rehhagel was considered by many to be a strong candidate for his homeland's job. He had the support of the public, despite being considered a maverick by the footballing establishment. After three other candidates removed themselves from consideration, Rehhagel received an offer to take over as Germany coach, which he officially turned down on July 10. In their qualifying group for the 2006 FIFA World Cup, the Greek side failed to make the grade, finishing fourth in a tough group which saw Ukraine advance as group winner and Turkey go on to the playoff. The team returned to success though by qualifying for Euro 2008, ending the qualifying stage with the highest points total of any team and ensuring they would be able to defend their title. On March 30, 2008, Rehhagel extended his contract with Greece until 2010. The Euro 2008 ended in disappointment after three group stage losses against Sweden, Russia, and eventual winners Spain. For the qualifying group and having finished second in Group 2 behind Switzerland, coach Rehhagel and the national team met Ukraine in a two-legged playoff and won 1-0 in Donetsk after a 0-0 draw in Piraeus, with Dimitris Salpingidis getting the winner. The success against Ukraine allowed the Greek squad to compete in the 2010 FIFA World Cup held in South Africa and solidified the position of Otto Rehhagel as one of the most important people in the history of Greek sport. Greece lost to South Korea, Argentina, defeated Nigeria 2-1 and exited the FIFA World Cup after the first round, with Dimitris Salpingidis scoring the first Greek goal ever in World Cups against Nigeria. Rehhagel announced his wish to leave his coaching position after the World Cup. On June 23, 2010, he announced his resignation from Greece. Hertha BSC. 2 years after leaving the Greek national team, Rehhagel came out of retirement to sign for ailing Bundesliga club Hertha BSC, for whom he had his Bundesliga debut as a player. His attempt to save Hertha from relegation however ended in a failure, after the Berliners were defeated by 2. Bundesliga club Fortuna Darwin Düsseldorf in a two-legged playoff. Coaching style: Rehhagel has popularized the phrase contrôle defensive. He prefers a grassroots approach to football, stressing the importance of at least 2 big, strong headers in central defense. His defensive schemes often use a dominant libero, such as Miroslav Kadlec, Rune Bratteth or Trianos Delas. In defense, Rehhagel usually prefers robustness and height over footballing abilities. In the period of all-round, fluid defense, many have criticized this as dated and anachronistic, but Rehhagel loves to reply that his success makes him right. Rehhagel's teams also regularly develop a lot of pressure on the wings, for example Mario Balotelli, Marco Bauder, Andreas Buck, Marco Reich, who were dominant wingers when Rehhagel coached them. His teams also regularly employ at least one dominant header as the central striker. The wing play and the header-strong striker obviously complement each other. The backbone of his teams are usually older, more experienced players. Talents rarely find themselves taking responsibility. Under him, even the young Michael Ballack often sat on the bench as a substitute. However, Rehhagel is also known for being an excellent talent scout, having discovered VAR Paragraph Lair, Riedel, Marco Bode, Dieter Eilts, Marco Reich, Miroslav Klose, Angelos Karistias, Sotiris Kyrgiakos, Thofanis Geekos and many others. Rehhagel is also known for being a good motivator. His teams regularly have a lot of team spirit, most famously the Greek national squad, which he turned from a dead-end squad nobody wanted to play for into a must-be-there-at-all-costs team. He is also famous for reigniting the careers of older, seemingly dead-end players, such as Manfred Bergsma, one-quarter Lair, Mirko Votava, Olaf Marschall or Theodoros Zagorakis. Rehhagel is also a deft and ruthless club politician. He is notorious for restructuring clubs so that he wields absolute power, making friends with powerful people and using them to eliminate the opposition. He prefers the system of a benign dictatorship. His way of handling a club in a competent and innovative, but also highly patronizing and condescending way has been immortalized as autocracy, a pun on his name alluding to the style of management government. Autocracy. Finally, Rehhagel is considered somewhat of a maverick in Germany. In decades of interviews, he has established a reputation for being arrogant, eccentric and unwilling to admit mistakes, similar to for example Jose Copyright Mourinho and Brian Clough. However, seeing his impressive record, he is apparently able to back up his words. Famous players associated with Rehhagel include Klaus Allofs, Mario Balotelli, Marco Bode, Rune Bratteth, Manfred Bergsma, one-quarter Lair, Thofanis Geekos, Angelos Karistias, Trianos Delas, Dieter Eilts, Andreas Herzog, Marian Hustov, Miroslav Klose, Olaf Marschall, Heini Ramsey, Karl-Heinz Riedel, Winton Rufer, Thomas Schaaf, Cyriakos Sforza, Rudi VAR Paragraph Lair, Theodoros Zagorakis, Andreas Bröhm and Michael Ballack. Personal life: he is married to Beat Rehhagel. Beat is also remarkable in her own light, because she acts as a sort of player scout for her husband. They have one child, Jens Rehhagel, who has played football at semi-professional level. Rehhagel likes to call himself Kind der Bundesliga, having played in the very first Bundesliga game, and spent his club career there, with 9 teams. In Greece, he is occasionally called King Otto, probably in allusion to King Otto of Greece from Bavaria, however he already had this nickname during his coaching career in Germany. As a pun referring to Heracles, son of Zeus, he has been nicknamed Rehhagels as well. Career statistics: As of May 15, 2012, Honors, Fortuna Darwan Quartersdorf, DFB Pokal, 1979 Euro 80, Werder Bremen, Bundesliga, 1987 Euro 88, 1992 Euro 93, DFB Pokal, 1990 Euro 91, 1993 Euro 94, DFL Super Cup, 1988, 1993, 1994, UEFA Cup Winners' Cup, 1991 Euro 92, 1. FC Kaiserslautern, Bundesliga, 1997 Euro 98, 2. Bundesliga, 1996 Euro 97, Greece, UEFA European Championship, 2004, Individual, Bundesverdienstpreis of the Federal Republic of Germany, Laureus World Sports Awards with the Greek football team, Greek of the Year, first ever foreigner to win this award, references. External links, Otto Rehhagel at Fußballdeutende, Rehhagel song.